So there was this homeless man on the streets of Dallas who says to a passerby, $5 for a cup of coffee? The passerby says, $5 for a cup of coffee? Well, that's outrageous. No one's going to give you that much money. To which the homeless man said, you can tell me yes, or you can tell me no. But don't tell me how to run my business. Now you see, that homeless man was a wise business operator. He knew something, he understood something that all of us in business, whether we operate a small business at home like I do, or we're in a network marketing business, where we're a franchisee, a franchisor, or a big multinational company, he understood that every successful business operates by a system. And it's one of the first lessons that I want to tell you about this morning. You must have a system, otherwise you have chaos in your business. That homeless man knew that because of his system, he would have commitment to work his business every day, and as long as he worked his system, the system would work for him. It also gave him the courage to work that system and not back down when someone told him that his price was too high or outrageous. Now, all of us want to have successful businesses, so we need to have a system. Let me ask you a couple of questions first. How many of you, at the end of a day or a long week, you go home, you're ready to relax, you prop up your feet, and you say to yourself, I just couldn't have made any more profit this week. This business is so profitable. How many of you, by a show of hands, say that? No one in a room of 1,000 people. Well, then let me ask you this question. How many of you, when you go home to relax, prop up your feet, getting ready to chill out, you say, I love my business. Couldn't be any more satisfied by my business. I'm in love with what I do. How many of you say that at the end of a week? Oh, that's good. A few of you, but not many. Now, those of you who didn't raise a hand on either question, and even those who only raised a hand one time, what did you just tell me? Essentially, you said that you spend most of your waking hours doing something that doesn't pay you enough money and doesn't satisfy you enough. Why do you want to do that? Do you understand that doing something that's frustrating and not having enough money or not feeling that you're making enough profit, not feeling satisfied by your business, do you understand that that can be frustrating and that that can create physical and mental illness, and it could even kill you? So we need to emphasize the importance of building profitable and satisfying businesses. Now, if none of you or few of you are in those kinds of businesses, I've got another question for you. What business are you in? Let's pretend that we just met on the elevator here at the hotel, and I say to you, Jack, what business are you in? Somebody tell me, what business are you in? Shout it out. Herbalife. People business. Starlight. Longevity. Sales business, insurance business, the car business. Stop it already, I understand. I know exactly what the problem is. You folks are in the wrong businesses. There's only one business to be in, and listen to me carefully because this is the most important lesson that I deliver. There is only one business to be in, and that is, listen now, the business of capturing and keeping customers. Peter Drucker says that a business has but one purpose, and that is to create a customer. I modify that slightly. You not only want to create the customer, you want to capture and keep the customer. You can make far more money out of selling something again and again and again to the same customer than you can earn by constantly going out and acquiring new customers. Now, how many of you in the room would say that you could make a better hamburger than what we can buy at McDonald's? Could I see a show of hands? How many of you? Look at that. 80% of the people in my audiences will raise their hand and say they can make a better hamburger than those folks at McDonald's. Now, I have a lot of admiration for McDonald's. It's the largest franchise in the world, and it's an excellent company. And do you think that they spend any sleepless nights worrying about the fact that 80% of audiences in this country and many other countries where I've spoken as well will say they can make a better hamburger than they can buy at McDonald's? Do you think they spend any sleepless nights over that? Not at all, because McDonald's isn't in the hamburger business. McDonald's understands the only business to be in is the business of capturing and keeping customers. They do it extremely well at McDonald's. Now, what about Pizza Hut? Could anyone make a better pizza than the world's largest pizza purveyor? Anyone make a better pizza than Pizza Hut? Could I see a show of hands? See, it's not as many people, but there are always a few, maybe 10%, 20% of audiences who tell me, yes, I could make a better pizza than I can buy at Pizza Hut, and yet another admirable company. And do you think they spend any sleepless nights knowing that there are folks out there who can make a better product than they can make? Well, I know I would lose some sleep if there were a lot of folks, 20%, 40%, 80% of audiences who said that they could make a product better than I could make it. That would keep me up at night, but it doesn't bother the folks at Pizza Hut at all. Because Pizza Hut isn't in the pizza business. Pizza Hut is in the business of capturing and keeping customers. Now, I bet that within an hour or two of being here yesterday, you said to yourself, I already got my money's worth. And by the time Jim Rohn was finished, you said, I've got 2 or 3 times my money's worth. Well, this one lesson alone changed my life dramatically. I've seen it change the lives of many other people who I've worked with. This second lesson of getting out of the business you're in and get into the business of capturing and keeping a customer will change your life and double or triple again the value of the money that you spent to share this weekend at Jim Rohn's event. Not only do you want to be in the business of capturing and keeping the right customer, you've got to make sure that the customer you select is the right customer. You know, people will frequently say, the customer is always right. Not. The customer is not always right for your business. And your job, part of what I call the marketing mindset, your job is to figure out who among your prospects will turn in to the best customer for your business. And those are the people you want to pursue. It used to be early on in a business that I operated, a marketing business, there were 3,000 franchisors in the United States, and I thought I had to market to all of them. And I spent a lot of money doing that, as so many people in business do. It turned out that there were only 300 who I could possibly want to work for or who could afford to hire me. Only 10% of that big universe could be the right customer for my business. Customers are not created equally. And if you are treating customers equally, I didn't say fairly, I said equally in your business, you are making a huge marketing blunder because every customer is not the right customer for your business. So the 3 lessons that I share with you that changed my life: a system. You must operate by a system. The first few years of my business life, I had been a college professor. I didn't know anything really about the real life. And I botched up my business royally until I discovered the system and the importance of having it. Then you've got to get out of the marketing business that you're in, or the insurance business that you're in, or the auto business that you're in, and you've got to get into the business of capturing and keeping a customer. You sell all of those products, and those are great products, but get into the business of capturing and keeping. The third lesson, make sure that the customers who you acquire, because they're costly, make sure those customers are right for your business. If they're going to tell you that your price is outrageous, if they're going to drive you and your office insane every time they call on you, these are not right customers. Fire those customers. Concentrate on the right customers, and they will pay you more money year after year after year. In addition to that, give you referrals. It's an honor for me to be here and speak with you. A privilege to see all of you. God bless all of you. Now I'm going to turn it back to our friend Tony Jerry.
Some good wisdom there, right? Think about that, the power of being able to dissect and think about who your prospects and customers are. I'd like to introduce our next speaker now, Jan Rue. Jan Rue has been in network marketing for more than 20 years now. She is a top diamond distributor for her company and is a world-class international network marketing and sales trainer and speaker. She has trained more than, how about this, you ready for that? 50,000 people around the world, and it actually is in the Network Marketing Hall of Fame. Jan, an accomplished author of 3 great books, just stopped by on her way to the British Isles and to the Mediterranean. And now I'd like to ask you and join me in welcoming Jan Rue to the stage. Jan?